So it's been 3 hours, and I came to check on Gypsy and Mirra, and they haven't embraced it all yet, but Gypsy is still steadily adding to his bubble nest, and it looks great. He's still chasing Mirra a little bit, but she's not stress striped, and she in particular, she will stress all the time. If you separate her from Silver Dollar, she will get stress striped, and she will fin nip, and she will clamp, and she throws little beta fits, which is why I knew something was up when she started attacking Silver Dollar for going past Gypsy. Not even flaring at him or anything, but just because she was swimming past him repeatedly, Mirra got territorial. Which was good, because Gypsy was bought for Mirra since she has reached sexual maturity and needs to be spawned. But yeah, you just saw they're still chasing. She is compressing her tail fin a little bit, but for the most part she keeps it fanned out. She's gone up underneath the nest quite a few times. So, I mean, it's in process, and she keeps presenting tail up and head down, so that's all good signs to us. We will keep checking in. And like I said, it's only been 3 hours. I do keep a really close eye on my betas while they're spawning, because on quite a few occasions we have had females that seemed very interested, and then either the males got frustrated and too aggressive, or the females just lost interest. And we've had a female tear males up. We've had males tear females up. No fatalities, but we just try and keep it closely under wraps, because the point of spawning is it's not like a money-making venture. Honestly, it's because we made the ill-advised and uninformed decision to buy multiple females. And some of them were fairly young, like Mirra. Mirra was very young when I got her. And we lost quite a few because we didn't know that they had to be spawned or they would die. And through that heartbreak, we've learned a pretty important lesson and have chosen to take measures to keep our pets alive. Because they're not just fish, they are our pets, and we love them very much. We try and provide the absolute best environment for them, all the way to getting additions like this handsome boy in order to make sure that our girls are healthy. And don't get me wrong, we had boys to begin with too, although my first personal betta that was for me was actually bought by Tammy, the other administrator on this YouTube, and she was a little teeny tiny, couldn't have been more than a month and a half old female betta that I couldn't sleep, I couldn't function, and I was like super obsessed with. And since she's grown up and she's almost ready to spawn, it's been a lot of learning, really big learning curve, and it's stuff that they don't tell you when you buy them at the pet stores. They don't tell you that you take home this fish and you fall in love with it, and if you feed it well it will produce eggs, which is natural, and that suddenly it'll start to get fat, and you're like, oh, well, maybe my fish is just fat and it's healthy and it's happy, and then it keeps getting fat, and then it stops eating, and then you wake up one morning and your pet is gone, and it's because it was absorbing its eggs, and without being spawned, those eggs create too much protein in their system and they die. Their organs explode and they die, and it is heart-wrenching. The only solution, literally the only solution, is to get a male that your female likes, to set up a breeding tank, and to condition them and set them up to have a stress-free mating and have little fry, and either have a really good friend that can take care of those fry, or learn to hatch brine shrimp, which is the level we got to. Raise those fry, and then either keep them, give them to friends, sell them, or in our case, we have a really great pet store in town that was the one that helped us figure out what was going on when the other pet stores had no answers, because they don't actually take care of the fish long term, so they don't know what's going on with them. They just get them from a breeder and sell them with no instructions, really. We have another smaller pet store that's privately owned, and the gentleman is going to take the fry off of our hands once they're big enough and sell them. So we're lucky, because he educates people, tells you how to properly take care of them. He lets you know what's going on and gives you advice when something does go wrong. So hopefully we will have some pretty little veil tails for him, because actually this handsome gentleman right here, Mr. Gypsy, came from that pet store. And as you can see, unlike a lot of the veil tails in the store that has the pointed, droopy, thin tail, Gypsy has fantastic coloring. He's got a nice wide fin. He's a big-bodied, healthy boy. So that lets you know the quality of fish that this pet store carries. They actually take care of their animals. You see them every day, feeding them, cleaning them, taking care of them. They've got live plants in all of their tanks. I mean, it's absolutely a 180 from a lot of pet stores. So we will be checking in again. Thank you for visiting Livin'ABettaDream.